If you do any type of work on the go, whether you're on a plane or a train, or even if you go to a cafe or a library in order to meet a deadline, get some work done, then this scenario probably sounds really familiar. You go there, you set up your laptop, and there's a bunch of noise around you. You can't really concentrate. There's a lot of distractions. Or you run into the problem where you're working on your laptop and you're kind of nervous that other people are watching what you're doing. You don't really like that invasion of privacy. So what is the solution to allow you to go and travel and be in all these places, but at the same time have a distraction-free environment? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, because what I've started doing is not bringing a laptop with me at all. What I'm doing when I'm traveling, working in a public space, or even if I just want a distraction-free environment, is I'm bringing a 3-piece setup with me. The first piece is the VITURE XR Beast glasses. I bring these with me. I also sometimes bring my VITURE XR Luma Pros. Both glasses are fantastic. There is a new version of the Luma Pros coming out that I'm very excited to look at. That probably would be the best solution. If I get a pair of those, I'll review them here on the channel. But the Beast glasses are fantastic. So are the Luma Pros. But I only need one pair. So I bring one pair of the glasses with me. That's the first item. The second item I bring with me is a little foldable keyboard. And this keyboard allows me to have a full-size keyboard. It allows me to have a trackpad. But what am I using for compute? I'm not going to attach it to my phone, which I certainly could do. I actually use the VITURE Neckband Pro, which is a complete computer that provides power to the glasses, connects to the keyboard, and gives me a complete compute environment, a complete productivity suite. And the cool thing about it is that it's very portable and it's very powerful. It has a lot of features. We'll go through those. It's also very private. I don't know about you, but I don't really like when I'm working in a coffee shop and I have a laptop screen in front of me and people can come by and they can look at what I'm working on. And, you know, maybe I'm working on some financial information, or maybe I'm working on a presentation that is somewhat confidential, or I just don't want the whole world to see it while I'm working on it. You know, privacy is very important, which actually brings us to today's sponsor, Venice AI. A lot of times when we have an environment where we're working with artificial intelligence, we want to ask questions and have conversations with the artificial intelligence without it being used to train the public models, without it being used to capture what I'm thinking about and sharing it with its own model for training with other people potentially. I want to keep that private. And Venice AI has a lot of features that allow me to have private, anonymous, and uncensored AI. Let's take a quick look. Venice AI is a very interesting AI solution because it allows me to use many different models in a way that's private, secure, uncensored. So for example, here I am in a chat. I can choose from multiple different text models for all of the different things that I might want to do with AI. And what I really like about Venice AI is that I pay a monthly fee for it and I get a number of credits that I can use across multiple different AI solutions. And if I'd like to buy more credits and work with a specific solution to more depth, I can choose what I want to work with, when I want to work with it, and how much I want to work with it. I don't have to go and buy a whole bunch of different AI solutions, subscriptions and such. I can do everything through this one portal. So you can see here, there are absolutely tons of different text-based solutions here. So I have things like Claude in here, I have Grok, I have ones that you'd recognize, some ones that are a little bit more specialized in here as well. You can see that I can have end-to-end encrypted AI in here. So there are models that allow me to be incredibly secure. I can go into models that allow me to generate images. Again, lots of different image solutions in here. Everything from Nana Banana Pro, lots of different ones in here. Ones that are, again, uncensored, private, and secure. So you have anonymous. So you have lots of different choices in terms of how you're going to work with Venice AI. You can even go into a privacy mode drop down, and you can say, in my case, I want to have everything that's anonymous. I don't want to share my data. I can make it private. You can see that I've got TEE and I've got E2EE, so I've got different types of encryption in there as well. So I can really dial in my AI usage to be exactly what I want it to be. So let's say, for example, I'll just use a Claude Sonnet in here. So if I'm using Claude Sonnet, I'll get the same responses I would as if I had my Claude Sonnet subscription, but I'm only going to use some of my Venice credits, and I can purchase more credits as needed for the models that I want. It's a very powerful solution that allows me to control my AI instead of allowing everything I'm doing with AI to be used to train other people's models and to share my information. Thank you very much, Venice AI, for sponsoring the video. You can scan the QR code and I'll put links down below so you can try it out for yourself. So now that we've seen the 3 hardware components of creating my private distraction-free environment, how exactly do they work? The foundation of my productivity solution is the Neckband Pro. The Neckband Pro is an actual computer with 12 gigs of memory and 256 gigs of storage, and you just wear it around your neck. You've got a full computer around your neck, and then all you have to do is attach it to your glasses. There's a little USB adapter there for the magnetic connector, and that's it. I have a full computer system right here connected through the glasses on my neck. I will take my keyboard, the 3rd component, and that will allow me to have everything I need to do typing, move my mouse around the environment, just connected with Bluetooth to the neckband. Now what's really cool here is the neckband is actually powering the display on the glasses. And the display on the glasses is just amazing. In the Beast glasses here, it's a 172-inch screen. And in the Lumas, I believe it's a 152-inch screen equivalent. So in terms of aspect ratio, and the clarity is incredible. It's like a 4K type experience. They are little mini OLED screens in there. So the tech specs kind of become difficult to convey exactly because obviously it's not a 172-inch screen. It's the equivalent of a 172-inch screen. And obviously it's not 4K. It's the equivalent or the experience of a 4K environment. And I can vouch for that. They're fantastic glasses that way. And what's really interesting is that when I have the neckband paired with the glasses, the neckband is powering the glasses, which means that I don't have to have any external cables. There's no external power to the glasses. If I was to hook them into my phone, then the phone would be powering the glasses. If I was to hook them into my laptop or a computer, then the laptop or computer would be powering the glasses. It does mean that if I am using everything pretty at an intense level, I usually get about 90 minutes to 2 hours on the neckband, depending on what I'm doing with it. So I sometimes will bring a portable battery with me, portable power bank with me, which I usually bring anyways because I'll want one for my phone if I run out of power. And VITURE actually makes a portable power bank. This is beyond a portable power bank. This actually is a game dock, so I can actually hook up my Nintendo Switch to this. I could have 2 pairs of glasses connected to this, so it's more than just a portable battery, but I can use it as a portable battery. So it gives me a lot of additional charge if I intend to be out for a longer period of time. Maybe I'm going to the cafe for 4 hours instead of just a couple hours. But, you know, take a break sometimes too. But the idea behind this is that with this setup, I now have the ability to have my complete computer around my neck and my glasses. The glasses themselves have a lot of different features. The Beast glasses have the buttons on the arms themselves. You can adjust the arms. There's a lot that you can do in order to tailor them exactly for your environment. Again, because I'm using this mostly for a productivity environment, the things that matter to me are the ability to do things like fix the screen in place. So you have the ability to just double click a button and boom, it locks it. You toggle through modes, locks it in one fixed position. Even if I move away, I come back and the screen is there, or I can have it smooth follow with me as I go along. And the nice thing about the Beasts is that it does have the ability to create the inserts for the optics. So this particular pair, I've got glasses in there, so I actually have my prescription on the inserts that are in there, so they're matched exactly to my prescription. With the Lumas, you actually have a couple dials that you can dial in the vision to get it exactly how you like it. That makes these actually nice for sharing because you can give them to other people and they can dial it in to their vision. So if I am doing something, I mean, I would never do this if I was traveling, use my Switch and play games. But if I did, I absolutely do. What I can do is I can hook in my Beast glasses and I'll wear these, and then I can actually give these to a friend or family member and they can dial it into their eyesight, and then we can both be playing the same Switch game at the same time on an airplane or a train or something along those lines. That might, you know, you could do that in a cafe. It depends on, I suppose, how comfortable you are playing side by side with somebody on a Switch in public. I often actually will, without the neckband, even connect up the glasses directly to my phone. So if you have the phone, the glasses come with a longer cable that you can connect into your phone through the USB-C of your phone. And then I actually can have this as my setup. And if you really wanted to, you could actually use your keyboard and Bluetooth it to your phone. The challenge with that is it'll drain the battery on your phone a little bit faster, and it'll depend on your phone. I do like having the neckband Android computer here because it does give me just this sort of one little setup here. You know, we are done. All I have to do now is have my keyboard out, and here we go. Now, what's really nice about this is that I now have that private environment. I have that environment where I'm not having people look at me on the screen. I don't have to worry about people seeing what I'm doing. I also get the larger real estate of a bigger screen. That can be really important if I'm working with an application. Even the best laptops, well, the best laptops would have maybe a 17-inch screen, and that's great. But with the glasses, I can actually use an application called Spacewalker, where if I am connected to a computer, I can have multiple screens. And I don't generally do the big massive screens or the multiple screens. I usually have a nice big screen and I work with that. But that's really up to personal preference. So there's a lot that you can do in terms of making this setup work for you. There's even more that makes this super valuable as well. For example, what about audio? Well, when it comes to audio, both pairs of glasses have really, really crisp audio right in the arm of the glasses themselves. This means that if I am wearing these glasses in public, I have open ear, but I can hear everything from the audio coming through the arms of the glasses. And it's a really nice audio setup. It's actually Harman Kardon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's really crisp audio. What's really nice about it is I can adjust the audio and nobody around me can hear what I'm listening to unless I really crank it up. But generally, if I'm about the mid-range down, halfway and down, halfway and up, there might be a little bit of bleed out. But if it's halfway down, it's very, very quiet to those people around you. That's perfect for things like a library where you might want to watch an instructional video and you can listen to it without disturbing people around you, without them even hearing you. But again, because I have the open ear, I can hear what's happening around me. So if, for example, I'm in an airport or if I'm waiting for an announcement, I can hear that announcement without having something stuck in my ear or without having to worry about missing the audio around me. Or if somebody comes up and says, "Hey man, what are those cool glasses?" I can hear them say that and decide whether or not I'll respond. The same actually applies for my vision. So you would think that if I'm wearing a screen on my face that I wouldn't be able to see beyond and what's happening in my surroundings. You have an electronic shader in these glasses, which means that you can adjust the level of translucentness between you and the world around you. So let's say, for example, I want complete immersion and privacy. I can adjust the shader so that it's completely dark with the screen. Or if I want to be able to still see my surroundings around me, I can adjust the shader so that it's a little bit lighter, and you can adjust the level. This is really important from a safety standpoint. Let's say I was on a public train or something. I might want to have the shader down a little bit so I can still see people moving around me as if I was wearing a pair of sunglasses with a big screen in the middle. Or if it's something where I do want that complete immersive experience, I want the complete privacy, I can load the shader so that it's really quite dark. But let's take a look at a couple of things, because not everything in the world is going to be perfect, and there are a couple of things that I would like to see in maybe future editions of the glasses, or maybe just the little things that I have to adjust my behaviors around. So with the Beast glasses, the only thing that I could really say is a little bit frustrating, not frustrating, but that you have to deal with, is that sometimes when you lock the screen in place, it will drift over time. Now, what I do like about the Beast glasses is they have a button that allows you to cycle through the different types of connectivity, the smooth follow versus the lock it in place, the 3DOF. So you can just double click and recenter the screen. So there is a workaround for that, but it would be nice if it didn't drift over time. That's something I suspect can be updated in a firmware update or something that will come in the future. It has a camera at the front, a single camera, which is how it locks it in place. So it might depend on the environment you're in. The other thing that sometimes is a little bit, requires a little bit of adjustment is with the glass insert, the prescription inserts that I have, the nose piece sometimes will pop off. It's a magnetic nose piece, so it magnetically clicks into place. And what I've done is I've done a little bit of a cheat code in here. I took a very small piece of poster putty and I put it in there so it has a little bit of not just the magnet, but a little bit of adhesiveness. And what poster putty is it's designed to be an adhesive that won't ruin your wall if you put up posters, but I just use it here so that if I ever want to change the nose bridge, I can just take it out and the putty will come out quite easily. So that's a couple of little things in there. There is the new version of the Lumas coming out that has a 3-camera setup, and those are more of a XR/AR pair of glasses that will probably lock things in place a little bit more. So I would say that the main market for these glasses are going to be gamers. I just happen to be a productivity guy, so I think that productivity is an untapped potential for these, and I use them all the time for that because they really are that distraction-free immersive environment. So I would use them for studying, I would use them for creating documents, I would use them for a lot of productivity tasks, and of course I do play games. I play my Switch, or if I connect these up to my computer, it gives me a giant screen that I can game on. But from a productivity standpoint, the new Lumas that are coming out or are out, I don't know if they've been released yet, those ones, I'll be taking a look at those as soon as I possibly can. So if you're interested in a couple of things, if you're interested in seeing more reviews of the glasses that I have or glasses in the future, just comment down below. I'm more than happy to go through those. I'm really enjoying this wearables market. I think that there's a lot of potential in it. It's a real step up from some of the other solutions that I've seen. The VITURE glasses in particular are really high quality, really dialed in. They've done a fantastic job with these glasses, and I'm constantly seeing improvements with each new model they bring out, but also just the glasses themselves with things like firmware updates, software updates as time goes on, and just right out of the box, they're fantastic. So I'm very interested in your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, we do have memberships here on the channel as well, which is a great way to help support the channel. If you'd like to see more reviews, it helps us get equipment and that type of stuff. And our lunch club members are our special channel members, and I'm going to shout them out at the end. You'll see their names at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.